Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Okay. So I hope you thought over it a little well, because the last subject that we saw is very important to understand the habitual emotions as to why, even after listening for a long time, certain people find it difficult, or most people find it difficult to put that knowledge into practice. It's all because of the very strong impressions and mostly lack of contemplation. If you are a contemplating person, you take this idea and start working on it. Then only it will be beautiful. It's like you see the whole picture inside you. Whole picture. When that picture will come now, you'll see very beautiful, it will come. Read. Lastly, we read that 183, then we shall come. Manomayo napi bhavet paratma adyantavatvat parinami bhavat dukkhatmakatvat vishayatva hetoh drashta hi drusyatmataya na drushta buddhi buddhindriyai sardham savritti kartrulakshana vijnanamaya kosha syat pumsa samsara karanam. Now just see that. The most beautiful part of this knowledge is, it is all about our own selves. It is true for me, true for you, true for everybody in all generations. This subject matter will not change. You will have new edition physics book, new edition mathematics book, new edition geography book, because knowledge is expanding. 20 years back, geography, if you read, there are maybe 30, 40 countries in the world. Now there are more than 200 countries. It has to be updated. History book, continuous updating. History means continuous updating. Last year's history is not this year's history, because 1 year, so many things have already happened. Now if you don't put latest Chinese earthquake in the history of earthquake, it's not complete, because earthquake has already happened. So every other book needs continuous updating except Vedanta Upanishads. Because for a change, your body is not going to have 6 sense organs. No new generation bodies have come, so you better change the Upanishad. You can't have. It's like new generation plane, new generation train, new generation car. You don't have new generation bodies have come. So now there are some extra fittings, so you better put that also. Nor there will be new generation emotions. Nothing. Same body, same thought. And by chance you are putting new generation body where a man can add, like robots nowadays. You saw these Japanese robots are doing wonders in the world today. Honda has produced a latest robot where he is conducting, he's a conductor, music conductor. You don't need human being anymore. He just puts it, programmed, the best music he can produce. And others are all going with him. Conductor. And now the latest robots they can bend their knees, they can go up and down, adjusting to the ups and downs and holes and pits and other things. So they can bend their knees, they can walk. Previously it was like that. Now they can laugh. There is no robotic tone. It can be nice female voice, male voice. So after some time, if you leave those guys, they will never be added to the history of man because they are a creation of man. And they will never be conscious. You remove the battery, they are dead. That will not happen. So even by chance you put in the human body also some type of a nanotechnology and pushes something, then you will know the activity of it. You can make somebody, you can say, by chance you activate, like, they are trying to do that. Just see the possibilities. Like they say, because of certain secretion of certain chemicals in the brain, a person feels happy. Maybe you transplant some type of a little something which secretes that chemicals continuously. So the fellow can be happy. But after some time the fellow will be bored. Because he shall be bored. Because for no reason he is feeling, hey, He's like a pagal, he's like an insane fellow. For no reason, he's feeling very comfortable, then he'll be bored because he has nothing to do. That is why you cannot replace this. Please understand. You have to be very conscious and handle your thoughts and emotions. No thought is a problem. No emotion is a problem. So learning to observe everything more and more. So Manomaya, as we saw, why is it people find it difficult even after listening to such a long time? Mostly because of lack of contemplation. You have to internalize, own it for yourself. You see how it functions. Just like you want to fix up a radio, completely open it up. Completely open it up. Then reassemble. Have you not seen when they export certain materials, suppose a particular instrument has 100 parts, they can put it as a full instrument. They will be to totally dismantle it, number the parts, then send it to you. So according to that part, you go on fixing, reassemble it. So if you do it 2-3 times, you know how to do it. Now can you completely dismantle and assemble your emotions? That's what it is. Nothing more than that. Completely dismantle it, then assemble back. How you got into mess? Get out, get in. Get out, get in. You'll know the trick. Consciously can you get into a mess? Try it. You'll know that. Consciously you can really get into a mess. Very difficult. Consciously you cannot get into a mess because the moment you know it's becoming too much, you cut it off whenever you want. But consciously you can trigger a mess. Deliberately get angry with somebody and see what is happening, what the other person is talking to you. If you do not cut it, if you also join him or join her, the fighting will go on, escalating. That is why if you are a conscious person, you can cut it off whenever you want. It's an amazing power you get within yourself because it's like a top-class driver. They can go super fast. They can intimidate every other driver on the road and go also. Because he is absolutely confident of his car. Very powerful car. So any other car, just suddenly goes, the other fellow, go away. Then you can see some mischievous fellows. You'll be laughing like that. They'll do like that. When this fellow frightened will go out somewhere, they're laughing. I'm not telling joke. Once I was going from Tiruvannamalai to Madras. I remember that day, almost 7-8 years back. That time we were going in a Contessa. Those days, only Indian car. Contessa was a big Indian car. We are driving, Ravi, our driver is taking me. I'm going to Madras back. Suddenly discover, as if from a distance, two trucks are coming. One truck is coming from, other truck is coming top speed. And you know what the speedy truck did? Deliberately comes and hits it like in a side bump. And you know what happened? The truck skidded like that, and these people jumped out into the paddy field. And these fellows who did that, laughing like that, the drivers and the two fellows. I mean, immediately, lucky, our car was powerful. Driver also, Rabi is there. I said, move, follow, chase these fellows. So he overtook them, went to the Dindivanam police station, called up the policeman. Come, this particular truck, hit the fellow. They have gone. We saw them jumping. I don't know what happened to them, but we didn't want to wait for that because the place is a paddy field. So I don't think there will be much wound. They must have jumped out. But you, I watched this thing. You please stand here. Immediately, 3-4 police fellow came up. They also stood by us. And then when the car came, stopped it. I said, this is the man. Oh, you know, the Indian police doing some really nice thrashing. Put them into jail, put them into the thing. I don't know after that what did they do. But there are some sick people like that. Because when you do that, you know, they deliberately do that. That's very sick. But if you are, they are sick people. But for a conscious person, consciously you get into a maze, you cannot. Because very difficult. You know where to cut it off. Immediately you cut it off. So what is needed is, you consciously function while eating food. Stop at a particular place. You know you can eat more. For a change, no, enough. One day starve. See what is going on. Then see your mind will drive you crazy. Eat it. Because eating is a huge weakness. Understand? Eating is a huge weakness. You believe it or not. You do it, you will know it. Eating is a huge weakness. Somebody eating some good food and you are not getting it, and see what happens to you. Deliberately one day we should do that, you know. Take some nice sweet, give only 10 people and cut off the other 10. I don't want to experiment like so harshly, because some people may really drive crazy. But if I consciously do that, you know, I mean, you do it for yourself. You don't want to do that. But it can be done. Deliberately push a fellow into corner. Deliberately push him into corner. See how much he can take. It's not torture. It is training. When the commandos are trained, they are not tortured. Are you getting that? The commandos, when the precise military operations strategists, and these fellows who are really top black cats, ninja warriors, when they go to they are pushed into the extremes. How much the body can take. Why? So that they can take anything in their life. Same thing also, as a part of the training, you can do it for yourself. See how much insult you can swallow. How much negligence you can swallow. How much of deprivation you can swallow. You have been eating throughout life. Now starve for a few days. You are not going to die because you are consciously starving. So the moment you know you cannot take more, okay, take a little food. But you know you can go for a day or 2 or 3. Something like water for 2-3 days. So it's a very conscious thing to do. Or deliberately choosing not to have the lunch and see what your mind telling you. You listen to your mind. It will drive you crazy. Why are you not taking? What is this idea of starving? When everybody is eating good food, you are only starving. It will talk to you. You have it. Why don't you take it? And you'll feel so restless. You'll go for the coffee or 3 o'clock something. You want to go for a special something. Please appreciate. Nobody pushes you like your mind pushes you. Right? Nobody pushes you like your mind pushes you. In fact, if I want you to be pushed, I must push a thought into your head. Are you getting that? Unless you push a thought into the head, how the person is going to take off? So it's very, very important that you appreciate. So this manomaya kosha, these vasanas, impressions, thoughts are there. They come up. Then unconsciously I identify with it, suffer. Now I know I am not that way because adyanta bhatvat, these thoughts have beginning and end. Parinami bhavat, they have modifications. Dukkhatmakatvat, also it brings in pain, disharmony, ups and downs. And also drushyatvat, they are seen. Atma, aham, drashta, seer. Seer the absolute. Okay, having told this, now he goes to Vijnanamaya. Buddhi, buddhindriya, sardham, savrutti, kartrulakshana. Buddhi, buddhindriya, sardham. Buddhi, sardham, along with buddhindriya, jnanendriya, sense organs. Kartrulakshana, where the kartrutva comes. I am the doer, I do, I know, I see. Jnana Sakti, Kriya Sakti, Ichha Sakti. Where these three things are active. I know, Kriya, I act, Ichha, I desire. Jnana Sakti, Kriya Sakti, Ichha Sakti. There is an ashram, they sing that. Jnana Sakti, Kriya Sakti, Ichha Sakti, Om. What is it? Jnana Sakti, Kriya Sakti, Ichha Sakti, Om. Anyway, that is what they see that. Okay. See, look at this. As we are sitting down here, lovely breeze comes. Who is enjoying? Nature? The body, the breeze comes and touches your body. Ah, it's beautiful. I see dark cloud for a change, not the bright sunshine. Clouds, dark clouds. Everything is like a dream, dawn or a dusk. At 3 o'clock daytime, 4 o'clock daytime. When I see these, all impressions going in. And all these impressions processed. And the hero comes in, I. Beautiful. Who says that? Before the hero, the I gives his wise commentary, expert commentary, consciousness illumines it all. Before you are conscious that you are conscious, you are already commenting. That is why habit. Are you getting that? Before you are conscious that you are the consciousness, habitual commentary has started. That is why if you chew your mouth for a few hours, you will be a wonderful person. Just teach your mouth. So that unnecessarily don't talk. Before you talk, learn to think. Learn to think means whatever thoughts come, you first see for yourself. Is it expected to, is it necessary to talk? Talk that thought. No, cut it. You will enjoy everything. Enjoy everything. What shall I say? If you know how to cook good food, which vegetable is best? Every vegetable. If you are a top class cook, with the simplest vegetable also you make the delicious food. But if you are a useless cook, with the best vegetable you make a rottenest stuff. If you know how to think, every thought is so beautiful. It's like creating beautiful pieces of art out of twigs, ordinary materials. Understand? At the same time, beautiful thoughts are there. You can write a poem, article, novel, any creative thing you can do. But watch out every thought. Just like, so take that Before you get excited about it and go on talking mindlessly, watch out. What happens in your moment of anger, hatred, jealousy, infatuation? You go on talking non-stop without being aware as to what you are talking. That is why when jealousy is talking, anger is talking, hatred is talking, you can't stop those people. That time people will tell you, do you know what you are doing? Do you know what you are talking? I know what I am talking. What it means is you don't know at all. And you are under this spell. That is it must be recorded. Once it's recorded, then show it to the person. You are behaving like that, you are jumping, running, and shouting, fighting, shaking your hand, breaking your leg, shaking your head, you are trembling with this. You see, this is what you are. That is why there should be a candid camera. Candid camera. Because there is no evidence, the person doesn't believe it. The moment he is sitting down very quietly after 3-4 days, play it back. Once I had been to somebody's house for a lunch. Very nice couple, married for 30 years. The man is very nice person, loving person, but not as usual, not very conscious person, like in ignorance. Wife also very sweet, very nice. They are 30 years they have lived together. But this man has a habit of talking very harshly, rudely. She'll never say to his wife, bring please or come, something nicely. You can tell also, you don't have to say please, please to your wife or husband all the time. Bring, put, it's right. But he says, bring, put, do. It doesn't mean anything. So once I had been to the house, that day I had taken a tape recorder. It's a brand new one, it is meant for them. So just for fun, before I give it to them, I want to give them a surprise. So what I say, we are sitting down in the dining table and we are talking. And bring it, give it to Swamiji. Put it in Swamiji first. All with good intention, with Swamiji. And then by chance he delayed it. Why are you so delayed? I said, hey, oh, quiet man, enjoy the lunch. What is the hurry? Enjoy the lunch. And then, say, no, she's always late, she's not keeping it. And the poor lady, listens to everything and brings us as it is. And after the whole lunch was over, I was supposed to give them that is their tape recorder. I brought for them. I said, hey, this is the tape recorder. Oh, Swamiji, thank you. I said, play. I put it back, ran it back. I mean, rewind. I said, play it. Yeah, but there is no cassette. I said, no, there was a cassette. You put, play, put it. So his beautiful rubbish is coming out. Put it there. Swamiji is waiting. Why didn't you put everything ready before Swamiji comes? No bad motive, good intention, but rough speech. Then this man says, Swamiji, who is talking like that? This man is asking, who is talking like that? I said, I don't know. So many places I go, whose house I have done it, who knows? His wife smiled. He said, are you stupid? He is the one, you are the one talking. He said, no, I don't talk like that. Okay, listen to again. The whole conversation. You know what he said? Hey, I really talk like this, huh? My God, you never told me. He tells his wife. I said, I will never do it again. He was in tears. He said, really, I talk like this? Chha! I said, Swamiji, thank you. Suddenly he was made aware. People don't do that. They are not aware how ugly they become when they are angry, hateful, jealous. That ugliness, they don't see. Do you see your ugly face? Do you see, when you are angry, do you see your face? Just put a mirror. Maybe you will not get angry. You can see how unconscious you are. Trembling, shouting, fighting. Understand? Observe. So, and you please understand, you cannot escape that because by habit you have made it. Kartrutva, that ahankar, this doership comes in. Buddhindriya sardham, sense organ, with the sense organs, you see it. Then whatever see, hear, taste, touch, this ahankara owns it up. Beautiful, huh? Nice thunder. Vijnanamaya kosha syat punsa sansara karanam. This is the Vijnanamaya kosha where the ahankara is there, I thought. Manomaya kosha, all thoughts. See, they make it a purely ahankara here now. Buddhi, purely ahankara, another kosha. Acha. It is sansara karanam, the cause of the samsara. Why? Listen. Manomaya kosha, all thoughts are there. But a thought by itself is not a bondage unless I owns it. Are you getting that point, please? A thought by itself is not a bondage until I own it. Like body by itself is not a bondage. So, Manomaya kosha by itself is not a bondage, but the individuality can be trapped in that. Are you getting that? The individuality can be trapped in the thought. You get yourself trapped in the thought. The thought is not there to trap you. Thoughts are not conscious entities to trap you. A thought doesn't come to trap you. A thought comes. Now the rain comes to entertain you. Does it come to bless you? Does it come to curse you? Rain comes. Like that, the thought cloud comes. Not to entertain you, to bless you, or to curse you. It depends on you, how you use it. Not knowing, ahankara gets knocked out. How? Read it. Anubrajachit pratibimba sakti Vijnana sangyam prakrute vikara Jnana kriyavan ahamityajasram Dehendriyadishu abhimanyate bhrusham Anubrajachit pratibimba shakti Vijnana sangya prakrute vikara hai Jnana kriyavan ahamityajasram Dehendriyadishu abhimanyate bhrusham. Right. This ahankara, this I thought now. Please observe. Have you observed where from this thought comes? Have you observed the I thought? When you observe, you'll be surprised the thought doesn't come. The I will not come. When you are observing, why? You are just being conscious. It's like when you are observing the silence, the word silence will not come except every other sound. It's a very peculiar statement. Huh? When you are observing the silence, the name silence will not come. Are you getting that? When you are observing the silence, sounds will come. When observing the silence, the sound of the thunder will come, sound of somebody speaking come. The word silence, nobody speaks. It's not the voice of the thunder. It's not the voice of the bird. It's not the voice of the human being. You know, human being can say the word silence, but they are giving a speech, let us say. They are all talking. The word silence will be missed when you are observing silence. Every other sound will be there. When you are conscious, it's a very subtle statement. When you are observing yourself, usually, you know, this I thought, just all thoughts kept coming up. If you watch continuously, by habit, you shall see the I thought also coming up. Why am I sitting down there? Or you will speak the language, why you are sitting down there. That is the language also you always speak. Why are you sitting there? Why am I sitting down? Why are you sitting down? Get up and go. Is all in second person it comes. Strange language. Because always you use that language. That's why when you were writing your note, I was telling you, don't say you. Always write I. If I don't understand, I will be in trouble. Don't say if you don't understand, you will be in trouble. Who is talking to whom? Isn't it? I. This I, what happens? I thought comes up. Anubrajat chittam pratibimba saktya. That anubrajat, chit pratibimba sakti vijnana sangya prakrute vikar. Anubrajat, following. Chit pratibimba. What is chit pratibimba? The reflection of the I, the consciousness has a name, I. This ahankara is the reflection of the consciousness. Reflection means what? The I thought is the name for the nameless. Like the sun reflected in water. The reflection considers itself sun, very bright. But because it is in the water, if the water is dirty, I am dirty. Water is shaking, I am shaking. Water is, wavy, I am wavy. Same thing. I thought has its source in the sun of consciousness, purity, pure awareness that you are. But fallen in the waters of thought, whatever thought comes up, it drags onto itself. Anubrajat, follows. Any thought comes, oh, I don't know why this thought is coming. This thought should not come, that thought should come. Who dealing with like this? Who is doing this? I. Unconsciously it has been doing for a long time. Unconsciously it has been doing. Are you getting that point, please? Who is pushing you? Think, who is pushing you? Ask yourself, who is pushing you? I want this, I don't want this, I like this, I don't like this. Yeah, people can give ideas. But later on it becomes your own as though. I don't like this. I like this. Because you forget completely. You don't know what forget. You can't say you forgotten yourself. Who can forget? If you knew, you can forget. Did you ever know yourself to forget yourself? Ignorance is continuing. Are you getting that? From the childhood, ignorance is continuing. Not that you forgot yourself. To forget first you must know. No. How can you say you forget yourself? Forgetfulness comes after you understand. Until that is a habitual identification. Are you getting that? When you are growing up, it's an habitual identification. Not knowing. Whatever thought comes, the I is going with it. And therefore he gets into trouble. When he gets into trouble, wants to get out of it, that time he is taught. Hey, you are not this thought, but you are not aham pratyaya, but aham pratyaya gochara. Not the I thought, but that's the meaning of the word I. Oh, I see. Appa, release. You have been very nice, very peaceful for some time. Suddenly, a thought comes and certain emotions takes over and you are affected. That time, you have as though forgotten. Forgotten. Are you getting that point, please? If you don't know, can you forget? What is the name of my father? You are never told. So, what is the question of forgetting it? What is the verse which about the mind we see, mano nayastya vidya? Don't say. Are you getting that? Suppose I say nayastya vidya. Oh, forgot. Why? 3 days before I remember. I knew. But now I forget because the verses don't come. But suppose you have never read that verse. Can you forget the verse which you have never read? How can I forget it before which I never read? Same thing. How can you forget yourself which you never knew? So by habit, are you getting that? Ahankara continues. So first you expose yourself to this knowledge. So by habit, chit pratibimba sakti, vijnanamayam, vijnana sangyam, prakrute vikara is the modification of ignorance. Vijnana sangyam, we call it as the vijnanamaya kosha. It is the vijnana, knower also. It knows everything. Jnana kriyavan ahamiti ajasram dehendriyadishu abhimanyate bhrusham ajasram aham jnana kriyavaniti. I know, I do. The sense comes. Ajasram, always. I know. I know. I do what I like to do. Who is doing that? Ahankara, I thought. And thereafter, dehendriyadishu abhimanyate bhrusham. I know the body, I am the body. I know engineering, I am the engineer. I know the riches, I am the rich. I know the poverty, I am poor. I know the old age, I am old. Everything. And you function according to that. Thus you can see. Please see the mechanism of it. That is why sit down quiet. Listen to your own thoughts. The more you listen to your own thoughts, the more you shall be able to grasp what is revealed in this book. Because what is revealed in the book is the product of excellent contemplation. Shankara, when he writes, he has thought over it well, seen it writing down. When you read a book, if it is well wrought out, well thought out book, you get the depth of the author. You enjoy certain novel. Why? It's very deep emotions they get in. No book can be deeper than the Upanishads because it gives you the highest knowledge. Infinity, absolute. Not to one person, anybody, anywhere, anytime. Understand? So can you listen to your mind? Then you can see clearly what is Annamaya, what is Pranamaya, what is Manomaya, what is Vijnanamaya. The Vijnanamaya, this I thought, owns up everything. All the impressions, all the sense organs, all the organs of action, pranic conditions, physical body, everything. It owns everything except itself. That is why ignorance. It owns everything except itself. Why? Because it does not know about itself. Really? Why this ahankara doesn't know? Because it doesn't know. That is how we have been growing up. That's why when you say this I has to know itself, that has to be understood. Dehendriyadi abhimanyate vrusam. Thus it is identifying itself with body, sense organs, mind and everything. It does it. How? Please read. How? When did it all start? When did it all start? Anadikalo yamaham svabhavah jivas samasta vyavahara bodha karoti karmanyapi purvavasana punyanya punyani cha tatphalani bhunkte vichitra swapiyo nisubhrajan ayati niryati adha urdhvameshah asyaiva vijnanamayasya jagrate स्वप्नाद्यवस्था सुख दुःख भोगः देहादिनिष्ठा श्रम धर्म कर्म Gunabhimana satatam mameti. Vijnana kosho yamati prakasha hai. Prakrushta sanidhyavasat paratmane. Ato bhavatyesha upadhirasya. Yadatmadhisam sarati brahmena. All the three verses go together. It's very nice. It's a huge thought. Complete description of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. You can see verse by verse. Anadikaloyam aham svabhava. This aham svabhava, this nature of aham, that is the ahankara, where we say aham karomiti viddhi, I do, I know, I see, the strong individuality, anadikala, it is there from beginningless time. Why? Because it is the product of ignorance. Understand? Listen carefully. Aham, oh, this is fantastic. Aham, the I, the absolute, is not product of ignorance. Ahankara is the product of ignorance. Aham is knowledge. Are you getting that? The meaning of the word aham, absolute, is pure knowledge, beginningless, endless. Ahankara, understand? Ahankara is beginningless. Because ignorance is beginningless. When did it start? We don't know. Anadikaloyam aham svabhava jiva samasta vyavahara bodha. Jiva samasta vyavahara bodha. Samasta vyavahara samartha. The jiva is now busy. That ahankara we call as the jiva. Another name is jiva, jivati. I live in this body. Dehe pushte aham pushta. Body is nourished, I am nourished. Body is dead, I am dying. Jiva. Samasta vyavahara bodha. Does all the vyavahara. Every type of function. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. Pursuing different things, running after sensations, reacting so many different ways, achieving things, aggrandizing, possessing, renouncing, every type of activity. As a child, you start your training with the toys. My toy, your toy. My toys are my toys, your toy also is my toy. You get training. From childhood itself, you get training. How to possess, but never to share. That's why children have to be told again and again, share with your brother, share with your sister. Why? By nature, some children never grow up. They never grow up. Receiving, yes. Giving, Vyavahara bodha. Completely, this ahankara comes in. Karoti karmani api purva vasana. According to purva vasana, meaning dehantara, in anya deha, physical body. So many lives have gone. And every child is born with different types of samskaras, impressions. That is why you can see how same father, same mother, same food, same house, 4 different children, 4 different ways. Different samskar. One is a sadhu, other is a chora. One is very gentle, other is very harsh. It's a vegetarian house, but the fellow wants to eat everything that runs. It's a non-vegetarian house, but the fellow hates everything non-vegetarian. You can see children born like that. Some children from the childhood, very shanta, very quiet, laughing, joking. They will not fight with anybody. Some children from the day one, they are very active. Mind. Like that it goes on. Because samskaras. The one example they gave as to how, why you do say Purvajanma, one example they give is not. Every baby knows where to get his food. No child learns. Are you getting that? You know, the children, you can see the 2 minutes old baby falls. It goes just, the mummy comes around and it knows where to go for the mummy's breast. Look at the cows, look at the deers, look at any animal you see, they instinctively go there. They say it's like Purva Vasana. Because the child knows where to get his food. Because the whole body is there, why go to that? Just see, I mean, it's strange. Especially animals, you can clearly see that. Human child is useless because crying. There is no, only one side, either upside down or downside up. He doesn't know how to move. So mommy has to feed. But these dogs, babies, pigs, all animals, they know. Why should they suckle? We could hold it. Why should we suckle it? This, I'm not telling that example. Somewhere in the Brahma Sutra, some type of scriptures, many times, they say that this is Purva Janam Samskara, where you know where to reach your Purva Vasanavi. And then some are interested in engineering, some are interested in music, somebody is interested in art, somebody is in painting, somebody is singing, somebody is dancing. Completely unorthodox. Father can be somebody, the mother can be somebody, the children can completely somebody else. Totally different. Purva Vasanavi. And sometimes you can be the richest man's son. All provisions are given to you, but you want to be an useless fellow. That also is there. You can say, oh, about poor man's house, the person doesn't know. Okay, rich man's house, he knows everything, no. All the possibilities he sees. How come he ends up in street? He likes to be that way. Samskara. Purva Vasanavi. But then, on a human being, you don't give a sanction for samskara. Then you don't say, because of my sanskara, I am a failure. No. An animal can be a complete victim of his samskara, impression, but not a human being. Human being can fight, can change. That is why human being has the Ichha Sakti, desire to, will, that willpower. You have the Ichha Sakti, you have the Jnana Sakti, you have the Kriya Sakti. You can know, you can will, you can act, you can change. And if a human being is unwilling, nobody can change him. If he is unwilling, nothing doing, nobody can change him. And if he is willing, change is fastest. Very fast, moves. Very fast. So, here you say that. So, karoti karmani api purva vasana. What does it do? Punyani apunyani cha tat phalani. Punya karma, apunya karma, tat phala. Punya, what is shovaniyam, what is good action, moral, nice, noble activities. And also which is criminal, immoral, stupid activities. Both the person does it. But at the same time, do not give it to karma. Why? Human being has an individuality. Or if it's a criminal, why is a criminal? Because his vasanas, what can you do? Don't punish the vasana of him. No. There are vasanas, there are impressions, samskaras are there. But to use that samskara, that is why education is so important. That is why right education is so important. You know what is right education to the individual? Not only to educate him with informations of every kind, the right, if I can use that word just for fun, mostest, rightest, if I can, just I am telling funny. The mostest, rightest education is telling him about himself. To a drunken driver, what type of direction can you give? To a drunken driver, what type of car you should give? Brand new or old? Best car or worst car? It makes no difference. Because he is drunk. What type of advice you should give to the drunken fellow? Listen carefully. What type of advice can you give to the drunken fellow? No advice falls into his ear. When the individual is completely drunk, dead drunk under the spell of ignorance about himself, any advice falls in the deaf ear. You give him any number of riches, he will successfully destroy himself, destroy others. Why it is happening today? You say everybody must be rich. Look at the people who are already rich. Everybody must be educated. Look at the people who are already educated. What type of stinking life they live? Just because somebody gives a little charity, don't put them onto the pedestal. Do you know why? Both way you must see. Please, both way you must see. Everybody is critical about ostentatious expenditure. Like, oh, a rich man spends $5,000 million on one house, or to one car, or one plane. He purchases a plane, $1 billion for himself. Okay, that man is purchasing $1 billion for himself. It's a huge money. How much money he owns? Oh, he has got $1,000 billion. So how much big house he is making? $5 billion. What is the percentage? 0.5. Not even 1%. Okay, let us say. 1,000 billion he has got. If it is 1% na, 10 billion. 5 billion na, 0.5. So 5 billion means, my God, 1 million, 1 billion, Baba, 1,000 million, 1 million, 4 crores, 4,000 crore, oh my God. Everybody will go crazy. How can somebody live like that? Okay. But his expenses is only 0.5. What is your earning? Your entire income is 25, 30 lakh, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs you own. What is the house owner? How much your house cost? 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs. Your entire wealth, 60% of your wealth is house. So who has spent more on the house? He spends $1 billion in his daughter's or son's marriage. 0.5%. And you spend at least 1/4, 1/10 of your money in your daughter's marriage. So who is spendthrift? Rich man or the poor man? Huh? Are you getting that? Other way around now. Everybody say, oh, that man gave $100 million. $100 million, What is his money, ownership money? 10 billion. 10 billion. He gave 100 million. Or 500 million also. 5% he gives. 5% he gives. When a postman, you ask him, we are building a temple, can you do something? That fellow happens to be a religious person also. He gets a salary check of 5,000 rupees. His whole month's salary, a year salary, 60,000 rupees. Okay? So, 5,000 you take. How much money he has given? 8 to 9% of his income he has given. And what is the other person has given? 0.5. So, who is more charitable? Rich or the poor? Who is more charitable? The poor. So, see how the upside down you do. The poor is more charitable, but you talk about charity of the big man. The poor is more spendthrift, but we are talking about the spendthriftness of the rich. Upside down. If you think correctly, you will not be critical of anybody. You understand? Yes. So according to different types of impressions. You can be the rich person's son, but you don't like to be rich. Human being, understand. Just do not talk about only vasana, impression, karma. Because human beings are given purushartha, what you call as the free will. The human being has got a free will. Animals have no free will. The dog cannot change his. Look at this fellow. See, that is our Shiva. Now, what does he worry? Happily hanging around, no problem for him. Because no free will. He cannot change his. That one cannot change his destiny. It is winter means winter, summer means summer. It won't look for a air-conditioned kennel. But it knows these stones are little cooler. So he sleeps here. And familiar sound is going on. So lying down, as though he thinks he is part of the family. So no problem. You get up and go, he will stretch and go. No problem. That is he. That is the animal. Are you getting that point? Whereas human beings are not clear victim of their karma. They can change Purushartha. That is where the ahankara becomes a blessing, also becomes a curse. Avishapa, asirvada. It's a avishap, it's a curse because confused. It's a blessing because it can question itself. Are you getting that? Punyani punyani tatavat phalani. And what does he do? Bhunkte vichitra suyoni subrajan ayati niryati ada urdhvama eshaha. So this ahankara, bhunkte vichitrashu api yonishu. In different wombs it travels. It travels from wombs to wombs. Vichitras yonishu. Now Shiva, dog. Now birds, now animals, now trees, now this, now that. So many different yonis. From Manushya, Devata, Pasu, Pakshi, Kinara, as they say. Millions of species. You can move from one species to another species. A man can say, it is really true, I can move into another species. Yes. If you are behaving like a Manushya Rupena Mrugascharanti, even the shape of a human being, a tiger is roaming. What is wrong if you are born as a tiger? In the shape of a man, a donkey is running, so you can be born as a donkey. In the shape of a human being, a cockroach is running, so you can be born as a cockroach. Because same type of, are you getting that? Same type of viciousness, same type of jealousy, same types of ferociousness. Unconscious activity. Like yesterday, one small dog came up. Shiva gave him a tough time. Boo, running. Completely tough time. Sometimes does it not happen? People who are in one place little longer than other, what do they think? Superior. Senior. Senior posting, you know that? Senior, junior posting. Superior, inferior. I'm senior here, In the office people, you can see in office, whoever comes new, that fellow has to do everything. Senior na? Sit down. Coffee comes. Junior has to do, why? I'm senior, But just because you are senior, can you be senior? You can be in an office for a particular post for 30 years. But the fellow is IAS officer, 20-year-old comes as a collector. 20-year-old come as a collector. Now you are 50-year-old, you are the section head. You can't say, I'm here for 30 years and the collector comes and sits down there. You can be in a place for 30 years. What is your function? Are you getting that point, please? But that idea comes to the person. So if you can be animal here, you can be really born to an animal family also. Nothing wrong. Anyway, bhunkte vichitras yonishu brajan ayati niryati adha urdhva muchai. Adha urdhva eshaha. Adha, it goes down, urdhva, it goes up. Meaning, lower yoni, higher yoni. lower than the Manushya, higher than the Manushya, a human being, it moves around. Who is doing that? Ahankar, I thought. With the whole subtle body, it moves. The subtle body, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, that whole range travels from body to body. That is the Ahankar, which is traveling. Asyaiva Vijnanamayasya Jagrate Swapnadi Avastha Sukha Dukkha Bhoga. Asyaiva Vijnanamayasya, of this Vijnanamaya, Ahankara, Jagrata Swapnadi Avastha. It enjoys, experiences, suffers, whatever language you say. Jagrat Swapnadi Avastha. Enjoys a dream state, waking state. Are you getting that? Consciousness, yourself, the awareness, doesn't enjoy any avastha. Like Akasa does not enjoy the cloud. Akasa, the space, doesn't enjoy the season. Space has no season. Space, summer, winter, rain, does the space enjoy? In the space, seasons change. But the space is unaffected by the seasons. In the consciousness, waking, dream, deep sleeps happen itself, free from waking, dream, deep sleep. And waking, dream, deep sleep, who is enjoying? This avasthas, waking, the dream, deep sleep by themselves do not enjoy the state. Somebody enjoying the waking. Are you getting that? Who? Aham, I. Anubrajate. Waking, dream, deep sleep. And so many different considerations. Perceptions, sensations, impressions, then converting it to Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Just see the functioning, okay? Just simply don't read the meaning. If you read the commentaries, you'll be simply talking about some type of thing. No, every moment you must see. This is your description. As I told you, universal biography is yours, mine, everybody's description. Anybody, whether you are believing in this or don't believe in this, it doesn't matter. This is the function. And it shall remain ever the same. There shall be no later version or earlier version. Like many theologies have got, there is a huge conflict. Which version is right? There is no such stuff. One single Upanishad. And same thing is told in every Upanishad. Not that one Upanishad says you are happiness, other fellow says you are little happy, other person says you are totally unhappy. There is no such stuff. Every Upanishad without exception. Or everybody shall say Satchidananda Swarupa, you are absolute, you are eternal, you are the blessing itself. Mahadeva. And who is that? Anybody. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. Everything is Brahman, absolute. So take it. You see it for yourself. Swapnadhyavastha sukha dukkha bhoga. So in this, experiencing sukha, dukkha, ups and downs. Sometimes angry, sometimes happy, sometimes contented, sometimes smiling, sometimes miserable, sometimes, what all mood changes. Who is going through mood changes? Body is going through mood changes or body is reflecting the moods? Body only reflect the mood. If you are smiling, he. If you are crying, it depends on you. Body is reflecting the mood. Who creating the mood? Listen carefully. Who creates the mood? Take the responsibility. You create the mood. Don't say, listen, don't say, no, that triggers the mood, If the rain has to trigger the mood, why not everybody dancing? Rain comes. Your daughter's marriage, your son's marriage. You are a farmer, you have just planted few nice trees. Rain comes. God, thank you, God. Now rain is good or bad? It's a Sufi story. One day, There was a lady who has a daughter and a daughter-in-law. Okay? And he saw they have sleeping on the terrace. And one corner, daughter-in-law and the son sleeping. Another corner, daughter and the son-in-law sleeping. The lady of the house loves her daughter but hates her daughter-in-law. And he saw the daughter-in-law is sleeping like, daughter-in-law is very nicely holding on to the son and sleeping. And the daughter is sleeping far away from the son. So he didn't like it. He said, because the daughter, baby, why are you like that? It's so cold. Hold on to your husband and sleep. Right. Then tells that one, how can you sleep like that? It's so hot. Then the other girls, that daughter-in-law says, I am really surprised. On the same roof, there are two weathers. This is a Sufi tale. If you love somebody, what all they do, pardoned. If you hate somebody, even if they do good, you don't like it. That is known as the, pre-condition. It's like a bias. Already you have decided that that person is bad. I have seen, sometimes people I have seen it. One person you hate, he comes and works for you, you very find difficult to give him 10 rupees. Another person you like, that person just 2 minutes works and goes away, 100. Why? Because you like. Are you getting that? It happens. Suppose you like the face of a porter. You like the face of a porter and he smiles and sir, I'll take 200. The other fellow takes 4 bags of yours, but he has hustled it up a little, 20 rupees. Oh. Why? You are not doing it for what they do. You are doing it how they please you. Are you getting that point? It's all biased judgments. Same plane, same roof, but two weather. So, who creates the mood? Don't say somebody triggers the mood. You trigger your emotions. Incident remaining the same, you trigger the emotions. Therefore, sukha dukkha, unhappiness, happiness, you bring it to yourself. That is why if you have decided to be happy, no force in the world can make you miserable. And if you have decided to be unhappy, nobody can make you happy. Forget it. It doesn't work. Okay. We told this. Then, so Swapna Devasa Sukha. Deha Dinishta Sramadharma Karma Gunabhimana Satatam Mameti. So Satatam Mameti. What is that? Dehadi Nishtha. Beginning from Deha, body, even riches, sense organs, organs of action, all your thoughts, emotions, in that Nishtha. You totally identify with it. And then Asrama Dharma Karma. Asrama, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, or Avastha, young, old, different conditions of the body. Identifying with everything, Gunabhimana, Satatam Mameti. There are Guna Abhimana, Deha Guna Abhimana, Indriya Guna Abhimana, Asrama Guna Abhimana. Abhimana means arrogating limitations of the body, mind, thoughts, impressions, situations, sensations, perceptions, possessions, everything you drag onto yourself. Who is doing it? I thought. You can see the difference. Now you are listening here, understand, every day. Every day you are listening. You will be such a wonderful person, you can't believe it. Sometimes, even if people are provoking you, you will not be triggered. Why? Because you are listening to it every day, morning, evening. Just for a change, get out, stay somewhere 4-5 days and come back. You will see what it is. You will be driven crazy. Because by yourself, if you don't remember, you will go crazy. Teaching is, you are being reminded. Teaching is, you are being reminded. When you think, you contemplate, you are reminding yourself. If you are not reminding yourself, and you are not being regularly reminded, very easy to fall back to your past habit. Are you getting that point? The whole past overtakes. That is why people say, when I was in ashram for 1 month or 1 year, it was my dream time. Everything was good. Why everything was good? Not because you are good, but nobody fought with you. Nobody pointed out your mistake. But the moment you come home or go somewhere, they don't respect you. They point out your every mistake. Whatever you say, they disagree. Then what do you say? Rotten people are all here. Understand? Reminding yourself about yourself. Or else these things will continuously happen. Not only in this life, life after life. And life after life don't mean 1,000 lives. Punarjanma does not mean 1,000 lives, life after life. In this life, morning you are one person. 10 o'clock another person. 11 o'clock another person. Are you getting that point? Because with whom you are interacting, you become that person. If you are traveling, traveler. Cooking, cooker, cook. Cooking, cook. Running, runner. Teaching, teacher. Gossiping, gossiper. Driving, driver. Just anything. How many roles you are born into throughout the day? So many births. Don't have to worry about life after life. If you don't want to believe in that, also forget it. We don't care. In this life itself, every day, born in life after life after life. So can you see yourself who is born into everything? Ahankara, pushing itself into every changing condition. When you see the changeless, be the changeless. Aham, changeless. Ahankara, changing. Are you getting that? Aham, the I, the root, changeless. Ahankara means every time you are changing. That is why you become intolerant, afraid. So if you are ignorant, you will be afraid. If you are ignorant, you will be feeling limited. If you are aware of yourself, who you are, aham, then ahankara is a role you play. I is a role you play. I am the absolute, but I am a relative king. I am the absolute body also. Okay. Say, Vijnana kosham mati prakase prakrushta syat prakrushta san prakrushta sanidhya vasat paratmana. This is Vijnanamaya kosha. This is ati prakasha. I thought, understand, in all these, who is the most brilliant? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. Who is most active? Aham. Ati prakasa. Why? Prakrushta sanidhya vasat paratmana. Paratmana prakrushta sanidhya vasat. As though it is nearest to consciousness. What is the nearest to consciousness? Is there any near and far to consciousness? No. When the meaning of the word I is consciousness, the meaning word of the car is outside. Are you getting that point, please? Why the I is so powerful? Because it holds on to something which is eternal. Therefore, it appears to be eternal. Whereas other thoughts are dependent upon changing world, changing things. Therefore, all thoughts are changing. Only one thought remains changeless. Which one? I thought. Why? Because the source is eternal. That is a prakrushta sannidhyavasat, because the source is eternal, it looks like eternal. Paratmanah ato bhavatyesa upadhirasya yadatmadhi sansarati brahmena. So yataha esha bhavati. What happens? Upadhirasya. This atmanaha upadhi. Ahankar is the upadhi for the. Are you getting that point? Aham is the name of the nameless. Ahankar is the upadhi for the. Right. So when you take atmadhihi, what happens? Yad atmadhihi sansarati brahmena. When you take this atma to be this ahankara, you take yourself to be this ahankara, brahmena samsarati. Because of the ignorance, you go ahead with whatever you are conscious of, you are identifying with. Are you getting that? Remember that example. Your eyes see. What all the eyes see, when you see the eye with your eyes, what happens? You forget your eyes. With your consciousness, you are unconscious of everything. But you forget that. Jump into the I thought. Then what all thoughts you are identified with? Millions. Understand that principle. That is the Vijnanamaya Kosha hai. We shall see that how to get out of it. Okay, first see the falling into the trap, then you will know how to be out of it. Okay? See that. Think over it. Close your eyes.